Recording. All right, hi everybody. So today's resume and LinkedIn workshop, we'll be looking at some of the resumes. Before going into and looking into the resumes, let me touch upon this thing that how resumes and LinkedIn profiles are calibrated or they are evaluated. So resumes are there are two touch points in the hiring process. One is first touch point is the recruiters, and the second one is the engineering manager. So today, firstly we are going to talk about resumes as they are seen in the big tech companies, and then we'll be touching upon how resumes are seen at startups. Hiring manager, or sorry, recruiters are the most inefficient uh, people in hiring funnel. So they don't understand tech. Some of them will not even know what is the difference between Java and JavaScript. You will be very, very emotional about your projects, that what you have done, and they will not understand anything about it. So it's your fault if you think that if you feel emotional about your resume, that you are not getting selected. Just to give you a figure, in till day, 11 of the students were rejected by the recruiters of the same company, where S30 students ended up getting internships or full times. Weird, right? So this is bound to happen. What we are going to do is how we are going to get into their mentality, and we need to understand where they come from. Both the recruiters, firstly recruiters. So recruiters are mostly English background majors. They are not technical people. The whole life, what they have done is look at the punctuation and how the English is written, and their bread and butter is basically resumes and LinkedIn. They don't know about, most of them don't know about tech, but now some companies are hiring tech recruiters. For example, I saw there are 3-4 tech recruiters in which are really technical. They understand. They can talk to you about data structures and algorithms in Amazon. I'm not sure about other places. What they want is one, your resume should look good, not impressive. I'm saying resume should look good. Spacing, verbs, punctuation, all these things matter. Shallow, but let's play the game as it is. The other thing that really matters to these the recruiters, when you're talking to the recruiters or they have their resume, is how they can understand it. Can they understand it? You can, you can even write that I built a construction wall in tech terms, and if they understand it, they'll believe you. So how to write? Tell them exactly in plain English what you did. Okay, if you built something, what was the effect of that? You can say fancy things that I deployed in a distributed serverless environment, my application. But what was the effect of that? They are not going to get it. So numbers matter in resumes. If you can write the numbers that these many customers were affected by this, and that's what you solved, then that really helps. This is where recruiters are coming from, and I'll give you examples where you guys are going wrong as far as presenting your resumes to the recruiters is concerned. Let me. What else? How are the engineering managers or your managers going to look at the resumes? So again, we tend to be emotional about this thing. So at the big tech companies, the managers or technical people who are going to look at your resume, they are not looking for they are not going to be looking through all your experiences. Everybody takes about 20 seconds to look at your resumes and calibrate you. That's it. That's a fact. No more than 20 seconds, because people get bored. They are looking the technical people are looking whether you have used the technology that they have used, or whether you have been doing the similar kind of projects, so that they can have a bit of discussion with you just to break the ice. So in this scenario, don't bluff. If you have done something, write that only, and have an intelligent conversation with the technical person who is sitting around the across the table. Let me give you an example. We had an Intel mock interviewer from Intel who came and who interviewed a candidate who had written that she is very confident in React. And he said that for what kind of state management libraries that you used. Did you use any state management for that, or was it plain React? And what's the need of state management in that case? What are the lifecycle methods that you were encountering? And she was totally blank. Don't get into that trouble. If you write something, then it has to be, then you should know. Some of the students I see that I have a little bit of familiarity with JavaScript, for example. The first thing, any JavaScript developer in that case is going to ask you is what is closure, um, which is very basic question in JavaScript. And for example, how is the inheritance different in JavaScript from OOP? So don't get caught over there. If you are writing something, then don't write. My suggestion is don't write the things that you are familiar with. Okay, because you are not going to be confident, and the interviewer is going to say that even if you are familiar with this, these are very basics. You should be doing. So yeah, my point is non-familiar things, remove them if you can. So there is one candidate who actually came to me and he said that I actually wrote everything that is very alien to my. I looked at their technical team, that who are these people, and they were. I actually wrote everything that I have done in C sharp, and they could not answer to question me on any of the technical stuff before, and it worked. I don't know whether that is the correct strategy or not. I won't comment on that. But these conversations are just to break the ice. He is dying to take you to data structures and algorithms problem. Anybody who is interviewing you at Microsoft, Amazon, the technical part or the your experience conversation is just to break the ice. Nobody is going to calibrate. If you are not bluffing, don't bluff over there. If you are able to just tell them what you did, big or small doesn't matter. You are not going to lose any points over there. Don't bluff over there. Just tell them what you did. They are dying to take you to the data structure and algorithms. This happens in the big tech companies. Let's come to what startups like other. For example, Akhil has a good experience as far as Munstack is concerned. So startups need people to come in and just write the products for them. There, the projects, what you did is actually going to matter. Think what you did. If you did two-way authentication, write it clearly how you did it. For example, I did it two-way authentication using Postman API, integrating Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google. That is what authentication that you have to define, and what kind of tools you did. And Akhil has done a good job as far as defining what exactly he did. That is a good resume for startups. But since we are at S30, we are more focused on data structure and algorithms and those kind of companies. All right. So first resume that I'm going to take up is Hari's resume, and I'll share my screen and I'll walk you through it. That what are the bad points. Don't take it personally, Hari. Okay, so let's start from the top. Okay, let me share my screen. let's start from the top. Okay, a lot of you have written, so this part is pretty good. Hari has written his name. Why it is in blue? That is the first question that comes into my mind. The whole schema is, everything is black, but that is blue. Okay. The second part is okay, that he has just written the address. Some of you have written the whole address. You just need to write your city. Okay. That's it. Email, he has written it correctly. If when we come to Lavan's resume, you'll see that he has written email even better. Uh, he has written his phone number, which is awesome. LinkedIn, he has provided a link. Some of you have written the whole LinkedIn URL. Don't do that. GitHub is required. You're a technical person, and you're going to provide the link to GitHub in that case. Education. Is San Jose University, San Jose State University, and August, May 20 expected. That is pretty important, right? That lot of you have written resumes from bottom up, like if you started working from 2014, then you started the work experiences at the top of 2014. No, the latest work experience comes first. Similarly, the latest education comes first. The first bullet is okay. It looks great.
Jaspinder, I have one comment here.
Yep.
So in USC, we had something called VMock that actually assess. It's a machine learning system that assesses your resume comparing to all the USC family.
Okay.
So there they recommend that you should write your current GPA as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great point. Thank you.
Yeah. So for that, my GPA currently is less than 3.5, so I left it out. I had it first semester. Now I removed it. Yeah.
That's smart as well. In fact, I sent it to you guys. Did I send the USC? There is a PDF from USC there, which is really awesome. Did you guys look at it? I'll share once again. Komal, can you share that resource as well?
No, it's actually only for USC. It's internal system. Even I don't have access now. It's a VMock. So I will see one thing whether I can log into that.
Okay, got it.
It assesses online actually, but I know how that system works because I actually went through it, like what exactly they're trying to do.
All right. So there must be some open source code. So
one thing that I want to point out, I don't know it's ethical or not. So one of my friends, she's working in Microsoft. She had a low GPA initially. She took very hard courses like that are PhD level. So she just bluffed her GPA. Nobody till date has asked her. I don't know why.
No.
Which is not the right way, but I am telling you. But what I would do is just do the right thing. Actually, you know what? When they say it, it's better to say that I have taken tough courses, or initially I was into the system, because it's okay. But this one is also a smart way. Like when they ask you, then only you tell information.
Yeah. That's so. It doesn't happen at the recruiter level, but at the technical person's level, if you are caught bluffing, then it's a very
it's a bad impression, right?
Very bad impression.
It's unethical actually.
It's so they calibrate your team fit.
I have realized it. Like till they give you an offer, they ask you about the degree. They never ask you about GPA actually.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That's true. Okay. First point. Hari, do you see in first bullet and second bullet there is something missing in the first bullet and second bullet? There is something extra in the second bullet, but it is missing in the first bullet. That is the full stop. So it's a very small thing, but somebody who is not understanding, your technical skill, he or he is going to look at these things. After Kafka and AWS, there is a semicolon. Why is that?
Okay, so
it should be a comma only. Okay, yeah. So these things do matter. They typos, punctuations, they do matter for as far as recruiters are concerned, even for managers or technical
in that
people.
same tool, they used to say that you should not put full stop after any statement because they are not actually complete statements.
So there are two ways to think about it. There is a long discussion in the resume community, especially among recruiters. But here's my tip. If it is a full stop, it should be full stop everywhere. If there is no full stop, it should not be a full stop everywhere. So technical skills, this part is good. Some of you guys are missing these things. Technical skills should be there at the top. A lot of you just start from the experience. No, please start using your technical skills. One of the things, as far as again punctuation is concerned, is underlining. So there is a design principle or the resume principle which says that you should be using only that much ink in your resume which actually contributes to your messaging. All right. So let me just touch upon the punctuation part first. Semicolon, extra full stop. The spacing is messed up. You see May 2019 to present is somewhere else, and January 29 to May 19 is somewhere else. June 2016 to June 28 is somewhere else. Do you see the point, Hari?
So yeah, that I should correct. Yeah,
Yep.
I've just done some space bars kind of spacing. So
okay,
yeah.
so there is I sent link to Cradle.io, which does a really good job in that. It won't let you do all these things. Okay, you'll see all these things in that. Remove underlines. They are not contributing to your messaging. What are you trying to contribute with them?
Just I had a question.
Yes.
On the top of the resume, everybody writes generally their address, the email address, the phone number, LinkedIn, and GitHub, right?
Yeah.
Is there a specific order that
No.
which we could follow?
It should be small. Only thing is, it should be compact. It should not be, your resume should not look unclean or cluttered. For example, if you are writing the whole LinkedIn profile URL there, like Jaspinder Singh, www.linkedin.com, Jaspinder Singh 1, then it is going to take a lot of space. Just put the links to your LinkedIn and GitHub. It has to be consistent everywhere as well. And if you are putting your work experience, Hari, there has to be links to that.
Okay, like the company's link or?
No, not company's link. No, so for example, your work experience you cannot put link, but for your projects or prototypes that you have built, you need to have. Just get a Heroku server, which is free of cost, but it has to be there.
So I have one question on the work experience part. So here I have mentioned the projects which I did and the particular work just in the work experience section. Is that fine, or I don't want to like mention 7 projects in the project section so that they don't miss it out. I just want to make people read. So
yeah, so your resume is a bit more. It's a bit cluttered. If I was you, I would just see the spacing is missing on the left hand side as well. Prototype of LinkedIn, safety of quotient predictor, and prototype. This one is messed up. You just choose 2 projects that you want to mention, and you are really confident, and you are going to kill it. Once somebody is asking about your projects, then you should be able to like, wow, these are really good projects.
So I can pick out my favorite projects and explain more about them relative to the role, right? Yeah.
And one thing is missing in is numbers in your especially in the work experience part. Admin UI of workspace 1. You built with Angular 7 components adhering to the clarity of design standards. What was the effect of it? Bring some business side things into this thing, because again, recruiters understand those things rather than. I'm not going to understand. Okay, you built a very fancy website like a clear UI. Here's an example. I built S30, which helps people get jobs in top tech companies. That's my explanation. Then there is another explanation. I help students get into top tech companies, and 22 of my students are in top tech companies right now. Which one is impressive? Oh, he has 22 students. That's his result. Results matter. Neither I built something and nobody cared about it. That's fine. One thing that since you have a lot of variable experiences, like you have mean stack as well, and I think you have Merge stack as well. See, if you are applying for example, in PayPal, the React team is awesome, and they have the UI team. If you are applying for a little bit of senior roles, which I think you can, then delete all those proportions which don't really matter to them. Have Angular 1 or 2 in the technical skills, but projects should be all React, Merge stack. They should be looking at Merge stack. They should be looking at type of testing, Jest, Monka, all these things that you have been doing. You have been doing CI/CD, Travis CIA, this and that. So in CI/CD development, you have not mentioned what kind of CI/CD development that you are using. Are you mentioning it?
No, I'm not. Bamboo Jenkins, nothing was there. Yeah, just in the technical skills I mentioned.
Yeah, have particular. If you are writing something, have very specific about that. Whether it was Jenkins, whether it was Travis, whatever. All right, those are some of the feedbacks about your resume. And let's.
Jaspinder, can I add something here?
Yes, sure.
Hari, the thing is, in that the portal that I used, so what they say, you are not supposed to write, I did this. You know it. They know it's your resume.
Okay.
The statement where you explain the assignments, it should have a verb that is actionable. Like the statement should start with develop this, or deployed this, or integrated this. So, and it should not be repetitive, because these are strong words where they know what exactly did you do. Did you design it? Did you develop it? Or second thing, if you take a look, so the software engineering intern, so that portal, what it does is it says how many words you have repeated which are not even required. If I say, I know that you did as a software engineer, then you have in second line software engineer, then you have in fourth line software engineer. It's like 3 times. I got to know you are a software engineer. It's not required later on.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
What I'm actually, don't get offended. What I'm saying is, I have worked on my resume like for 1.5 months to make it one page, because I understood that portal, how that works. Second thing, what I realized is, if your resume is crossing one page, even Elon Musk has less than one page. So we have not done more than anything that he has done in his life. In that same space that you are using, in that same space, I have explained myself 5 projects actually in the same space. So I think you don't need to take out your work experience here. You can actually add everything in the exact same space that you're utilizing right now.
No, the thing with that is, I'm not short of space.
I have a contrasting opinion actually on that, Komal.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying, that rather than having 5, 6.
Yeah, I know you should highlight the one that are important.
Yeah. No, not highlight. But if your resume is becoming cluttered or unclean, right?
Yeah, I'm actually coming to that point. What you want to tell, what you want them to read, it should always be done so that if they skip the later part, you are not losing any information. That should be the intent. The whole purpose is this. So, teaching assistant, right? I did TA. So what I have written is, like, worked as a teaching assistant. Here you need to write, as Jaspinder mentioned, how many students were there in that class. That is more important number. How many people you handled, and how did you help them? I think you did a more job with what you have written here. I am pretty sure about it.
Yeah, I had like because I need to make space for the.
My understanding is TA grades as well, but you are not writing this here.
Yes.
Because basically you are putting effort somewhere that is not, because this TA thing, actually what I have realized, it showcases some non-technical skills.
So I also think that more information will give more questions.
Yeah, but write the specific information that doesn't harm.
So
I could
resume. Okay, guys. Okay. Let me moderate it. We can have different opinions about this.
Yeah.
Resumes are a very vast thing.
Yeah, subjective stuff actually.
Yeah, but what I want to take out from the conversation that we had is one thing which I missed is the action verbs. And I sent you guys a USC PDF which has action verbs, which has about 300 action verbs, which different action verbs which are there. And I forgot to mention that you should be writing it. If something is done in the past, then your bullet should be starting from developed, designed, that kind of things. If you are still doing it, then it should be designing or deploying, whatever. It should not be happening that for the present work experience you are using a past tense verb. So again, recruiters are going to, yeah, again, English people, right? But
I have a question.
We'll come. Just let me touch upon this thing. I'll surely come back to you, Primal. You're my favorite student. Space. Keep fix your spaces. Another thing is type of bullets. Some of you have bullets which are square, and some of you have round bullets. Keep them consistent, guys. Okay, that's it. Yes, Premal, go ahead.
Like I have a question here. Work experience is more important or project is more important? Like what is order? Should we first keep work experience and then project?
Work experience is always real-time work experience is always going to be more effective.
In my case, initially I put work experience on top and then project later, but I realized my resume is getting rejected a lot, and then I changed, like I put project first and then work experience later. Then like I
started
saw
getting
the
lost. It's just coincidence. There is do you have any there is no can you add me to the resume group? Yes, let me add Komal to resume group. Premal, no, the work experience always matters more than that of this thing. Projects, if it happened, it just happened to be a coincidence with you. I'm pretty sure that work experience matters more.
And one more thing, like my work experience is not from scratch development. It's like maintenance, support, and development kind of work. And when I say 6-year experience, then they expect a lot from me. So, and I'm not at that level, kind of 6 years. So I have a question.
Between your resume, there will be some time where you will be working real technical, which you are really proud of, right? Start from there. Eat everything out. Like Hari is a great guy. He gave you an example. He just ate his GP out. Eat it out. Don't worry. Nobody has that much time to think about that. Okay, you experience or where you have to write your experience comes when your background checks are going on. After you are hired, at that time they'll be asking, do you have experience certificate of this thing or payslips or that? At that time you need to tell them now. And you put your best side. You put your best side forward. Okay, always.
Here the thing is, if I say I'm Java skill, they expect front end, they expect DB also. Like
why would they expect front end if you are telling them Java? If you are a JavaScript developer, then they should be asking that you should.
I mentioned JavaScript, and then like in one of my interview.
Okay. Yes.
In one of my interview, they asked me like, okay, I'm expert in backend. Then one of the person came and they check only my front end skills, and I was weak in that.
Okay.
So then they rejected me because my front end was not good.
You went for the wrong position. a front-end position when you are not very good at it. That's what my reading is, that you are okay. Let's try to see this job. Let's try to fish around whatever, you know. So don't do that, guys. One thing, read about the jobs and see where you are passionate, where your fit is. Don't go around. Everybody is telling you that apply for as many jobs as can. It never works. Have a small list of companies that you want to target and what roles you want to target. If I'm going for PayPal, I will not ever go for a journalist position. Okay. I always know that I am a very strong candidate as far as front end is concerned. I'll always go for UI UX. If you have mentioned JavaScript and you are going for a front end developer position, they are going to ask you, and you are going to falter. Then you will be taking it emotionally that I am not a good engineer. Doesn't matter. You went for a wrong job and a wrong interview with wrong type of skills, and then you're calibrating that I'm a bad engineer. That is not the case. Just if you have written JavaScript and you go for a front-end engineer position, they are going to ask you all the framework questions and the JavaScript question. Don't take it personally on you. If you have strong JavaScript skills, when I say JavaScript, it's not like that I have coded some data structure or algorithms in JavaScript. If somebody has done work like Hari or Akhil, then go for these kind of positions. Go for these kind of positions in big tech companies. They love you. Okay, let's come to Lavan's.
I also have a question. Should I?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll be starting my work from Monday. So I have only done internships in the past, and this will be the first full-time work I'll be doing. So should I mention that now only, or should I wait for a month of work?
Once you started, once you got accepted, I'll write it then and there. So if you start from Monday, you'll start getting to know what you are going to do.
Yeah, so I interned there also. So should I remove the internship work?
Of course.
Intern and put the same thing as work?
Of course.
Okay.
You converted your internship into full-time work experience. You just eliminate whether you were intern over there. You don't need to mention. Take the lessons from Hari. You don't need to mention whether you were an intern or a full-time. If you are an intern, you must have been contributing to their projects over there only, right? So how does it matter whether you were an intern or not?
Right. So remove that and put that as full.
Remove that and put your title right now. Whichever title is there. If it was intern previously, now you put your full-time. Okay, let's come to Lavan's. Lavan, no full LinkedIn profile over here. Just put LinkedIn and link to your LinkedIn. This is one of the clean resumes. Okay, the bullets are different. This one is different and this one is different. The action verbs are correct. You are using the right type of action verbs. Programmed an image. Send Android application which allows user to send image to computer using sockets. One thing is overuse of capital letters. I don't know why you are using for computer we are using.
I just wrongly typed it and never had and to rewrite it.
That's fine. That's why we are here. Develop the camera. C should be small. A should be small. Application which allows. Okay. Yeah, Shazman. Shazman, if you want to look at the recording of this video, you can also look at the video because this is just a resume and LinkedIn workshop, and it's not data structures. I don't want to keep you awake at 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Programmer analyst, that is correct. Worked on Texas integrated eligibility redesign systems as analyst to give a resolution of support tickets. You need to see the Lavan. You need to see the the language or the English that you are using. Worked on complex SQL procedures. There is an extra space before comma. Comma should be with procedures, and there should be one space to ensure the benefits are given to clients correctly. It should be benefits are given correctly to the clients. IBM contractor, software engineer, Durham, NC. The spacing is right. Okay. There is a full stop missing after providing resolution application. Okay, the same point, guys. Full stop everywhere. There is spacing issues in the bullets as well, Lavan. So this bullet is taking one space. This one is taking two spaces. This one is taking one space after the bullet, and this one is taking again one space. 1, 2, 1 is the order. Fix it.
Okay.
There is repetition of April 2016 to current.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's it. Programming. Yeah. One thing before employment, technical skills like Hari, it has to be there. They have to be there.
And use work experience rather than employment, actually.
Yeah, work experience. I keep my personal projects also in work experience. And the order is missing. You're starting from October 2012 to March.
Like past to
other way around.
Yes.
And UHCL, your work is not very impressive, and your work is impressive. IBM contractor and Agria, and you are keeping us away from your good side of the things. Don't do that.
Okay.
We look at your resume once again. Make these improvements. Let's come to Akhil's resume. We have less than 1 minute remaining, and we'll be going quickly through this resume, and then on the other side we'll be doing LinkedIn. One thing, Akhil, is what really this looks to be a cluttered resume. Address has to be San Jose only. I don't need to. People are going to stalk you if you put this resume on LinkedIn. 868 as 5th Street. You'll get stalked. Don't do that. Okay. So LinkedIn, just the link.
I live so close by. I'm the one.
The what?
I live so close by. Now I know.
So okay, LinkedIn, just the link. GitHub, just the link. Employment. Where is your education? Education has to be on top, guys. It has to be. I don't know. You are also from SJSU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So it has to be a similar kind of. There is a long debate that education should be at the end. Employment is what really matters. But for recent graduates, I would say keep the education at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of followed the Galeman McDowell's resume pattern, and
yeah.